So before we continue, I want to let you know those videos we made them just to share with you the knowledge or what we learned from installing and removing parts. So I want you to subscribe to the channel right now. Click on the bell notification to get all the videos on time and leave your question. We're gonna respond to them just after this video. So how we're gonna work on. All right, guys, we got this 2014 Nissan Rogue. So we're about to do the valve cover gasket in. So the first thing we do, so there was two 10mm bolts right here that's holding this air box, so you can take it out. So we're gonna leave it aside. So and after that, we're gonna start disconnect all those wires. So we're gonna remove those two little ground. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna pull those clips out that's holding the wire. It's gonna weigh easy. There you go. So now we're gonna start disconnect everything. We're gonna remove this lever. We're gonna disconnect everything that's on our way. There you go. So we're gonna disconnect the coils. We need a clip spooler. We can remove this right here. Okay, so this, you're gonna leave this aside for now. Okay, so we got the injectors to unplug, but you're not gonna be able to unplug the injectors right now. Remove this. Let me see, this one stuck. Let me help you. There we go. It's out. So now, if you want, you can leave the leave this right here. So now the next step, what I like to do, those two 10mm bolts, I like taking this apart and then flip it over. Yeah, so it's gonna be way off your way. If you want, you can take this third 10mm bolts too. So you got another 410 bolt millimeter. See if you can take that out. All right, once you take it out, this hole is gonna be easily, you see, it's out of your way. So now you're gonna take this air hose that's going on the valve cover gasket from the intake. Pull it out. All right, if you want, you can take it all the way out. So now it's off your way. Now you can remove the ejection coils if you want. All right, so now your last step gonna be put a piece of wood on a jack. So we're gonna jack the engine from the bottom, so at least we can support the engine, because we're gonna have to remove this upper mount. And we can remove this bracket right here that's covered the valve cover. Now, what you're gonna do, you're gonna take these 10 bolts out that's holding this, just to be safe. And after that, you're gonna remove this bolt. All right. got the AC line out of your way. That's gonna be very flexible. Okay, so that means you can play with it now. Okay, you can leave it here. So we already take the two 18 bolt millimeter that's supporting this mount. So this side mount, and then now we're gonna take those 16 millimeter bolts. Alright, so we're gonna take all those 16 millimeter bolts. That's all. This one, and after that you're gonna need an extension to take this one out. Alright, so we take this bolts out. The mount out. Right, so we get the three bolts that's holding them out. Go ahead. Alright, so we already loose the motor mount. So now we're gonna take these 10 bolts out of the coolant reservoir. You can move the coolant reservoir out of your way. We can slide back the motor mount out. So once we get the reservoir out of our way, so now we can slide the mount out. We got the mount out. So now we're gonna take the side mount out.
These are
14 millimeter bolt. I think you got probably 5 of that. We got one right here. All right, guys. So to take these bolts out, I always try to use a short 14, but you gotta be the 6-point to make sure that it's not gonna mess up the head of the bolt. And then those extension, so I get them from Harbor Freight. So I like using them because and then you can play with it like that. You can get the angle that you want to take these bolts, the last bolt off. So got this bolt out. So and then this bolt, the best way to take it off, once you finish loosening it, you have to take the mount the bracket out with it. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna disconnect the injectors. We can take this wire out of our way, and after that we can start removing the valve cover gasket. The valve cover, sorry, to replace the gasket. So we got the injectors disconnected. So we got the harness out of our way. So now all we gotta do is just take all the 10 bolts out, and then we pull the valve cover out, clean it, replace the gasket, and place it back. So you got to take this bushing out in a way to take these 10 bolts off. Yep. We're gonna have another one. Yeah, but I think there is one that you have to loose the. There is one I remember that you have to loose the throttle body.
There is one, if you don't take
Right
the
here.
throttle body out, I don't think you're gonna be able to take it off. Huh?
It's right here.
Yeah.
One bolt right here.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Go ahead, you got a
So
torque.
like, yeah.
You got a Torx kit?
Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna have to lose the throttle body. So without that, you're not gonna be able to take this. There is 110 volt that's right there by the throttle body. So if you don't take the throttle body out, you're not gonna be able to take that bolt. You got the throttle body hose out. So now we're gonna lose the throttle body. When you lose the throttle body bolt, you don't have to take those coolant hose that coming out of it. You're gonna lose coolant if you do that, and after that you're gonna have to bleed the system. What I had to do is leave the throttle body connected. I'm not gonna disconnect the wire. I'm not gonna remove nothing. All we need to do is just take the bolts off. So, all right, guys. So we get a new parts, a new valve cover from O'Reilly Auto Parts. It's a domain. So. The reason why we're changing the whole valve cover, besides replacing the seal, most of the time when you take that off, if you see oil on the tube seal, that's mean this gasket is already hard. So the seal is already hard, and then the thing is you can't replace it. You have to replace the actual valve cover. So that's the one that we get. We get it from O'Reilly, and we're gonna install the new one. So we already clean it. We need to give it a nice shine clean, as you can see. So now we're gonna place the new cover. So make sure you clean it really clean, so at least you don't have any silicone and nothing. So make sure you don't have any silicone and nothing. Alright, so we got it in place, and the bolt. So we're gonna clean them with brake cleaner before we put them back in. So we already put the bolts back in, we tighten them down. So now we're gonna see if we can put we can connect back the injectors. Put the injector back in. There we go. Got the injector going back in. We're gonna clean the coil to remove the excess of oil that's they got in there before we install them back in. Pretty much got everything back in place. So now we're gonna see if we can place the bracket. So probably so don't forget, as I said earlier, when you put this back in or when you take it off, always leave this bolt in. Even when you put it back in, always leave the bolt in. So if you take the bolts out, you're gonna be in big trouble. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna slide it like that. We're gonna slide it. Alright. Got it just like that. And we're gonna start. Both got this bracket. So now we're gonna start putting the ignition coil plug back in. The screw ground goes right here. Press this hose back in. Alright, get the pry. I think I got it right here. Oops. Alright, I got this back in. So we can now have this. back in. So plug this back in. So and now we're gonna
Put this one back now.
start install. Yeah, you can put this back in, and after that we're gonna install the motor mount back. And to install the motor mount, we're gonna have to move this the reservoir out of our way like this. Once we get the reservoir out of our way, we're gonna slide this back in like that. Once we get the motor mount nice in place, now we can move this back to its place. Okay. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna place those bolts. Take everything down now. Take those 3. Okay, so we tied pretty much everything down. So now we're gonna put this 10 bolt that holding this reservoir right here, and after that we're just gonna place this mount back in. Alright guys, so we're just gonna tighten those two, and then this one we're gonna put the 10 bolt that was holding it back in. So after that we all set. Alright guys, thank you, see you on the next video.